Welcome to Phrasal Verb Practice. This is the place to learn real English, one phrasal verb at a time. My name is Marissa, and I'll walk you through this learning journey. Hi all, wishing you a great day. We're going to explore and work on the phrasal verb get ahead. So, let's talk about what get ahead means in everyday English. Most of the time, we use get ahead to talk about progress or success. When we say get ahead, we mean moving forward and improving your situation. This is very common when we talk about work, studies, or life goals. For example, she's working hard to get ahead at work. He wants to get ahead in life. Taking extra courses can help you get ahead. Now, there's another way we use get ahead. We also use get ahead when we talk about being in front or gaining an advantage. This can be about time, plans, or even competition. For example, let's work this weekend to get ahead of schedule. The company wants to get ahead of the competition. So, the main idea behind get ahead is pretty simple. It's all about moving forward and being in a better position than before. Now, just to give you a quick sense of how people understand get ahead in other languages. In Spanish, it's like avanzar or progresar. In French, people often say avancer or réussir. In Portuguese, it's progredir. In Italian, fare progressi. In German, vorankommen. In Japanese, 在你進む. And in Chinese, 取得進展 or 领先. So, when do people usually use get ahead? People use get ahead when they talk about career growth. They use it when they want to improve their situation. They use it when they try to gain an advantage over others. They also use get ahead when they want to be ahead of schedule or expectations. And very often, it's about long-term goals and steady progress. Let's look at a few examples to recap. She's doing extra work to get ahead. He's studying every night to get ahead in his career. We stayed late to get ahead of schedule. The team is trying to get ahead of the competition. It's not easy to get ahead without a plan. Now let's talk about how get ahead works grammatically. Get ahead is an inseparable phrasal verb. That means the verb and the particle always stay together. We don't separate them. So we say, get ahead in life. Get ahead of the competition. And we don't say things like get it ahead. Typical structure. Get ahead in plus area. Get ahead of plus noun. Most of the time, you'll hear get ahead followed by in when we talk about an area, or of when we talk about advantage or time. Now let's practice. First, you're going to listen to a text about everyday life. Then you'll hear another one in a professional or office setting. Are you ready? Let's start. Lately, I've been trying to change a few small habits to get ahead in my daily life. Nothing dramatic, just simple things. I started waking up a little earlier so I could have quiet time before the day gets busy. That extra time helps me feel like I'm already get ahead before everyone else wakes up. In the mornings, I plan my day while drinking coffee. I write a short list and pick one thing that could help me get ahead later. Sometimes it's doing laundry early. Sometimes it's preparing food for the next day. It sounds simple, but those small choices really help me get ahead of stress. My sister and I talk about this a lot. She has 2 kids and a busy schedule, and she's always looking for ways to get ahead without feeling overwhelmed. She told me that preparing school things the night before helps her get ahead of the morning rush. I tried it too, and she was right. On weekends, I also try to get ahead of the week. I clean a little, check my calendar, and make sure I know what's coming. When Monday arrives, I already feel like I get ahead instead of starting from zero. Sometimes friends invite me out, and I say no because I want to rest or finish something important. It's not about missing out. It's about choosing what helps me get ahead in the long run. I've learned that saying no once in a while can actually help me get ahead emotionally. By the end of the day, I don't expect everything to be perfect. But when I look back and see that I did one or two things to get ahead, I feel calmer. Life feels more manageable when I focus on steady progress and simple ways to get ahead, little by little. Great, that was the first text. How many times did you hear the phrasal verb of the day? Now let's move on to the second text. At work, I've learned that small habits can really help you get ahead. It's not about staying late every day or trying to impress everyone. It's more about being intentional. I usually start my mornings by checking priorities before emails pile up. That simple routine helps me get ahead of urgent requests before they turn into problems. During team meetings, I try to come prepared. If I've reviewed the agenda in advance, I feel more confident speaking up. Over time, that preparation has helped me get ahead in discussions and show that I'm engaged. My manager once mentioned that people who consistently prepare tend to get ahead faster, and I've seen that play out. On busy weeks, I look for moments to get ahead of deadlines. If I finish a task early, I don't stop. I use that time to plan the next step or support a teammate. Helping others has surprisingly helped me get ahead too, because teamwork is noticed. I also pay attention to feedback. Early in my role, I realized that listening carefully was one of the best ways to get ahead. When feedback comes in, I take notes and apply it right away. That effort helped me get ahead of repeated mistakes. Emails are another area where I try to get ahead. I respond clearly and follow up when needed, so things don't get stuck. When projects move smoothly, everyone benefits, and it becomes easier to get ahead as a team. Career growth doesn't happen overnight. I've learned that people who get ahead usually do so through consistency, not shortcuts. By the end of the week, if I've taken one or two steps to get ahead of next week's work, I feel more in control. In the long run, trying to get ahead at work isn't about competing with others. It's about steady progress, good habits, and making choices that help you get ahead over time. Great, that was the second text, and that's all for today. Thank you so much for following this channel, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.